Happy Monday. Today is August the 11th. I am Ricky Walters, your mortgage wise guy,
He's the mortgage wise guy, wise guy.
and I'm going to be talking about rate cuts. Are they coming soon from the Fed? Why? Well, because Michelle Bowman recently in the news said the Fed should be cutting three times, not just two times as the Fed has been projecting and the market has been expecting. She highlighted that the unemployment rate, which we got on the first of the month, was a hair away from being rounded up to 4.3%, and that average job growth over the last 3 months after the most recent revision shows only 35,000 jobs created per month on average, and those numbers could still be revised even lower. So Bowman is arguing that waiting too long for the Fed will require more abrupt and potentially damaging moves by the Fed in the future. Of course, Powell is against that. She and Christopher Waller, who are on the short list, you see these seven nominees or seven potential nominees for Fed chair by President Trump. I think the three or four that are most likely are Bowman and Waller, currently on the Fed. They voted against keeping rates the same and voted for a rate cut at the July meeting. And then Kevin Hassett and Kevin Warsh, who President Trump has mentioned a couple of times as being considered. So why should we be cutting rates? Well, the rest of the world is doing that. Their central banks, 81% actually have their last move was a rate cut. And this is also a recession indicator showing each time we've gone through a recession in the last 20 years, it's kind of been predicted by Fed rate cuts, World Bank rate cuts, central bank rate cuts around the world by 75% or more. And what do we got on deck? Well, tomorrow we've got consumer price index. You see the numbers. I won't go over those right now, but we'll recap them next week. And then on Wednesday, the 13th, we get PPI, producer price index. So I'll be covering that both on next week's update. The good news is lower rates are on the horizon, not just on the horizon. We're experiencing them since that job report I mentioned on the first has been bringing rates lower, probably about a quarter or maybe a little bit more to the mid sixes on a 30-year fixed. And the Fed is projecting even lower rates with another rate cut. So this is Ricky Walters, your mortgage wise guy.
He's the mortgage wise guy, wise guy.
Have a great week, everyone.